I like that it reminds me of her house and reminds me of, being in Boston for the summer with my sister. And it's really that sort of like nostalgic vibe of the meal. It just brings back a lot of good memories. My favorite food is pasta and cutlets. It's a meal that my grandmother makes and used to make all the time when I was a kid and visiting her in Boston. And she would cook the cutlets in the pan. She'd bread them beforehand and she'd cook them and they'd smell so good. And then she would cook pasta in the same pan so it would kind of get the same crust and all the breadcrumbs from the cutlets. And then it was crazy, she used to make another batch of pasta with the red sauce. So we would have red and white pasta and cutlets, breaded cutlets, just like 25 of them, and they were delicious.
My favorite food is sushi. What I like about sushi the most is how my whole family loves it, so we eat it all together, and also just like the taste and the texture.
My favorite food is Indian food. I like the taste, I like the spices, and it's just very tasty.
My favorite food is sushi because I'm Japanese, so I was raised with it. Well, it's kind of weird because I don't like fish, but I really like vegetarian sushi, specifically tempura sushi. The taste is it's very specific and kind of weird, but it's really good. I like it because it's a good mix of greasy food and not greasy.
I don't like to cook, but I do like to bake.
Yeah, I love cooking, especially now. Being at home, it is a nice break from the day. I just have a really hard time getting to the grocery store, and I, tend to just use what I have, but I do love cooking. It's a nice break.
I like to cook pizza, pasta, and a lot of breakfast foods.
Ever since I was younger, I always helped my parents cook, and now I've actually cooked dinner for my family a few times. Pretty easy recipes, but yeah. To me, I think food represents culture the most because whenever I travel, a big part of the culture for me is always trying new foods, and especially with fruits. I really think that it's interesting how many different kinds of fruits there are. I've always wanted to try dragon fruit, but I haven't tried it yet.
When I think about food, I think about when I cook with my dad or my mom and just special meals they've made for me or that I've cooked.
Food represents family, like bringing people together, because every night I have a family dinner and you can't skip out on that. So it just brings people together. If they've been separated during the day, they'll always come together for food and dinner at the end.
Food to me represents, I think at most, memory, a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia. I think that's like near the olfactory in the brain, right? Like memories and food and smell kind of they have a lot to do with each other. So yeah, for me, it's a lot of just memories with family and friends.
I just make sure to eat healthy and not too much sugar, not too much fat, and just to keep a good balance of food.
I try to watch what I eat. I love ice cream though, so that's one thing that's hard for me to keep down.
Yeah, I care about what I eat in the sense that, I like to make sure I have enough vegetables and I'm having enough protein, and I love food. And I don't follow any specific diet though. I've tried keto or pescatarian, and it just doesn't work for me.
I do care about what I eat because for a while I ate really unhealthy, especially over quarantine actually, because I'm always at home. And so lately I've been trying to eat a lot more healthy, eat a lot more vegetables and non-processed foods. It's making me feel a lot better overall.